Welcome to the Next Question Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2, with my second favorite realtor in Southwest Florida. I'm going to let Pat Dearborn do the introduction.
Well, just for clarification, who's your second favorite realtor? Patrick Dearborn, your co-host, or our guest?
Ask me before the show ends.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on.
Joe Pavich, we're glad to have you, brother. I mean it, man. Looking good. I love seeing you on social media, man. Your boy, I love him. Ball player, baby.
Yeah, he is, man. Yeah.
And you and I talked offline. You're not just saying that like a typical dad. Your boy can play.
They can play. You know,
Okay.
the two boys. So
And where are they going to play high school ball?
Joey's playing at CSN. Jake will probably play at CSN as well. And then
Wow.
we got Jules. I mean, Jules is volleyball, horseback riding, soccer, basketball.
Well, listen, I mean, we know all three of your kids are athletic, but they're all athletes, and they take after their mom for sure. So God bless them for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to your amazing wife,
That's right.
man.
That's right.
I know your wife's awesome, brother. I know that you all are a
Thank
great family. I mean that sincerely. Every time you all post stuff as a family, I know you hear this all the time, and I'm being dead serious because you and I are going to get into and chop it up a little bit. Your family's beautiful, man. I don't think any family takes a better picture than you and your family. I mean that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Photoshop
appreciate
or just natural?
that. Just
No
straight
AI.
up, you know,
Okay.
No little
not
chat
yet.
GPT.
Just asking.
Little chat
Asking for a
GPT.
friend because Pat Jira loves AI.
I don't
He's
love
got
AI.
this weird photo of like these two like perverted guys on this poster. I'm not a big fan of AI, Joe. You a fan of AI?
I do. I like it.
You
Because,
do?
You know,
You use
in real-
ChatGPT?
I do. Well, real estate, people can't visualize, right? They walk into a home, it's got a different color wall.
Yeah, no, they're stuck on
They
stupid.
don't want to buy the home. I mean,
Yeah.
I could turn a wall white. I could turn a kitchen cream.
Yes. Can't see
I
it.
can knock walls
Can't
down.
see it. No vision.
You know.
And
that's the
AI
way
can
it
help me
goes.
with all that.
Yes, yeah.
Are you? I mean, I'm being because
I'm
I'm not
serious.
doing anything AI. Nothing AI.
You
I don't
were.
know Chat GPT.
You were, though, at one point.
You
Listen
should.
to me.
I'm
Easy,
just
easy.
saying you
Yeah.
were.
You're using it every day on a daily basis.
All the time, yes.
And as
by
your
the way,
business-
Pat's hair is not AI, by the way. It's this perfect. Your hair is beautiful, by the way.
Man, coming from
I
the
wanna-
guy,
I
let me
gotta
tell you something.
compliment
That's
the
a-
hair.
Thank
I
you,
mean,
brother.
know.
I would like
Thank
to.
you.
I mean, that's a tough one. Who's better hair,
mean,
Joe
look at his
Pavich
hair.
or
I
Pat?
don't
Jen
know,
Hanks.
man.
Who do you go with?
Let's,
Better
I
hair.
go with you.
let's get a sidebar little thing going on here
That's
live
what
right
I'm
now.
going
We
with
air this
you,
show.
Pat.
Better
Yeah.
hair on the show.
That's a great
I
question.
can tell you right
It's
now,
not Pat Jira.
dead last place is Pat Jira, bar
I'm
none.
a distant third. I might be even
But the
fourth.
kicks are cool. That guy can climb up a
Kicks are-
telephone pole right now, single-handedly. Those shoes are no joke.
But for Chat GPT, I'm serious, though. When it comes to real estate,
Yes, I wanna
it's
hear.
amazing. People don't like the roof. They want a flat tile roof. They want the house painted white. They want a new front door. They don't like the landscaping. Just literally take a picture and here you go, man.
Are you
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm going to ask you point blank.
Teach Pat about real estate.
No,
too.
listen, I want to learn. There is no status quo.
I know,
And Joe
I-
knows this. All the good ones know.
Mhm.
There is no status quo. Either you're moving ahead or you're falling behind, right? So
Absolutely.
there's no coasting. And I'm really starting to look at this AI thing. And I in my heart, I feel like if I don't get on the boat, I'm going to miss it. So 5 years from now, 10 years from now, will there be any successful realtors in real estate doing big numbers that don't use AI?
Yes. 100%.
There's still, okay.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
So there's hope for me.
Yeah. Well,
But you use
Well, there's-
Pat
you'll-
used
you'll
ChatGPT and you started incorporating some.
I
right?
really haven't,
because
man.
we had
no.
that talk at Erica's event where
I've
you,
talked to people about it, and I've got people that want to help me. But literally, man, I'm not kidding you. Full disclosure, and I feel I can trust this is going to stay in this room. I can't do AI to save my life. I'm being dead serious, but I got to get
But
on
do you use
board.
ChatGPT?
That's AI. No, I do not.
You don't. You don't.
No.
Okay, really interesting.
No.
Okay.
And
It's
if they
not a
come-
big deal if you don't, but it does help a lot of things. Property descriptions. People
Well,
that
I-
can't
I would-
Flyers. You know how much times it saves on flyers?
It does,
Make a
yeah.
flyer in 2
2
minutes
seconds.
instead of
I
an
got to
hour.
be honest, guys. Full disclosure, man.
Yeah.
I want to use AI so I can help me with my gambling that better. 'Cause I want to know, like, AI, ChatGPT, who's going to win tonight? I got the
I don't
Knicks
think
minus
they
4.
Figure that part out. Yeah.
I'm just being honest, man. If
Yeah.
AI can help me win some money on my gambling app, then I'm all in.
I asked ChatGPT today. I said, I want to press the audience. What outfit should I wear? And this is what it said.
So obviously, ChatGPT is not
It's wrong.
perfect. Okay,
It's
they're
wrong.
not
Yeah,
perfect.
You're right. You're lying.
All right. I mean, depends on who your demographic is. If we're talking to your normal demographic, that's the 85 to 107-year-olds in Lee County. I mean, I think you're right on point. You're right on point.
Love it.
When did you guys first
This has
meet?
been a long time coming.
Yeah,
man.
when
I
did you
love
guys?
this, dude.
Let's
How much time do we have?
let's go to the beginning.
We only got 3 more hours.
Joe
man. We're good.
Pavich and Patrick Dearborn. Obviously, you guys have been doing real estate for 20 plus years in Southwest Florida. The both of you. When did you guys first interact and get to know each other? 'Cause I picture like Zanzibar at like midnight or something.
Well, you mean before the court order with the cease and desist?
It was beyond that. I'll actually tell you what. I mean, we've seen each other's names. I've seen Pat's
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Advertising. He'd do a magazine article or an interview.
And you do billboards. Joe Pavich does billboards.
And TV commercials.
You can't drive through a stereo.
ITZ Media in the house back in the day.
How many billboards do you have right now?
5.
5.
Yeah.
5 billboards.
I want to get into Naples, but they don't have billboards. So,
They're not allowed.
You know, I want to surround Pat's home with billboards, but they won't let me.
Do it right by his house.
Yeah.
Hey, with all due respect, but when you come to Collier County, you call ahead. You ask permission.
Check
next time
in.
you come.
But I remember seeing your name, and when you're a top producer in the top, I don't know, 5%, we all kind of know each other, right? It's a small world. It's not as competitive. I mean, it is, but it's not cutthroat. At least that's how I feel,
It's
right?
not. You and I bust chops, man. But I mean, I look at everybody like we're in this together. There's enough meat on that stick for everybody, man. There is. The pie's big enough for sure. But if you're not in that top 5%, that's the problem. I look on social media, and if I didn't know any better, there's 19,000 top producers in Naples and Lee County, in Collier County, Lee County, and that's just not the case.
That's right.
And what happens is you know this, everybody puts their best self on social media, and I've seen agents that literally show the same closing from different angles 19 times in a month.
Right, yeah.
And if you didn't know better, you think that agent was doing 19 sales this month. And by the way, kudos to you for making that image look like that. Image is everything, man. But talk about boots on the ground, which is one of the things, being a former Army guy, I'm big on. Joe, you've been boots on the ground. Your dad, you got a great business. And again, we joke and we bust chops, but man, all due respect, you're a phenomenal realtor. I just want you to stay in Lee County. And I'll handle things down here in Collier County. Is that okay?
Nice, Pat. Hey, you know.
What's the percentage of listings you have Lee County to Collier? 80-20?
Nah, it's probably 80-20.
Okay.
I would say Lee Collier.
Yeah.
But I go anywhere.
Yeah.
Where the phone rings, I go.
Yeah. No, I mean, Ricky Haas he's the first person in history to sell and do a transaction of real estate in all 67 counties in Florida.
Yeah. He's hit more counties this year than Byron Donald's campaign.
He got a free belt clip with that. So that was a nice little thing nice feather in Ricky's hat, man. Ricky, we're proud of you, brother.
You know what's kind of cool,
Marzucco.
though, and you see this a lot, I'm sure, in real estate, is there's other agents that have been doing this a long time kind of age out, and they don't want to, you don't want to do this forever. Do you want to do this forever?
No, but some of these agents never retire, man.
But a lot of the ones that
Can't even walk, get out of the car. Dude, give it a brass. Just go live a nice, easy life.
The cool thing is, though, the
I'll take it from here.
relationships that we develop with other, even your competition.
Yeah,
I'm getting calls from my competition now saying, like, I don't really want to do this anymore.
Wow.
Do you want this listing? You want
Really?
this buyer? I would like to, because they want to continue they got enough to bring in money, but they don't want to go running around all day.
Right.
Like, I just got a listing in Boca Grande.
Wow.
It's an hour and a half. Wow. If there's a showing, it's got to be
how you gonna do that?
hours ahead. So we did it. You know, we joined. I got an agent out there that's a member of that board. I put it on my MLS. I did Every Home Has a Story podcast with barcodes and signs and stuff. And yeah.
And you do. Speaking of podcasts, you got a heck of a podcast, Joe. Podcast I had the privilege of going on. That was a great episode. Someone actually
I really
texted me.
enjoyed my. Oh,
It's come. It's come.
You're too busy doing all the other
We're going
80s,
big, though.
94
we're trying to create-
podcasts
it's okay, man. It's okay.
in
So what do you got,
Southwest
John?
Florida.
I'll
Somebody
be all
just texted me this weekend that they watched it and
Pat Jira got
enjoyed
on.
it. But how many episodes in are you in?
40-something.
But you said something interesting to me last week that you kind of had to take a little bit of a break from doing the podcast because you were starting to get identified as a podcast guy and not a real estate agent.
That's right. Pat, it was tough. So, you know, I'm kind of doing this for fun, right? I mean, if you think about...
We're not doing it for money, I can tell you that right now.
I had,
we're flat broke.
Different. I mean, I have, the amount of sponsors you guys have, it's a whole different thing. But for me, I just thinking like, I don't really golf anymore. If I could have fun, it takes me 1 hour to do a podcast. Realtors golf twice a week. 8 hours a week on the golf course.
Right.
I do one show a month.
Well, in fairness, you can do a lot of
podcast.
deals on the golf course too.
True.
True.
But what ended up happening was people would see the podcast and they would say, I love the show. Like this one lady, listen to this one. She says, I love your show. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Stage 5 clinger.
Yeah. Well,
be careful of those, man.
So I said, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. She said, I really think you have a knack for that. I think that's your thing, right? So, of course, I kind of popped the collar for a second.
Let's go.
And then she says to me, well, I'm not going to list my home with you because I believe that that's your direction in life. I think you need to be
Oh,
on
Betsy.
TV.
Yeah, I'm glad she chose me
So
as a
she
realtor,
chose you,
but
yeah.
We both agreed you're a hell of a podcaster, though. But I'm glad she
You got
chose
that
me
going
as your
for you.
realtor.
When I heard that though, it did bring me down a little bit.
Yeah.
though.
No,
I stopped
that's
doing
weird.
as many. I'm doing them still,
Right.
but I had to just scale back a little
Wow.
bit. You know, yeah.
That's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah.
It was a dagger, right? You know,
But-
shank. You know, you get
Wow.
shank right. To
I don't like that, man. That's actually I'm glad you brought that up. So, but you're gonna keep doing it. Listen, man, you're
I am.
great at it.
I am.
You're really
are.
good at it.
Yeah, thank you,
Naturally,
man.
yeah.
Love to come on that show one day.
One
It's
day,
just
you know,
one
I
day.
get you on there, you know.
Goals,
Yeah.
goals,
I need a fourth.
What
shirts and skims.
what
I'm
made
in.
you decide to want to do a podcast?
So I did a podcast with Joey and my dad. It's called Coffees for Closers. You guys know what Coffees
Great,
for
great
Closers?
movie.
Come on, man.
Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross.
Glenn Ross,
ABC.
man. Come on, Alec
ABC.
Baldwin. Come on.
ABC.
First place is
Set a steak knife.
Set-
Second
yeah.
place, you're fired.
Yeah.
Next question.
So
ABC.
basically we did this, and I had so much fun doing it. I said, I'd like to have my own podcast because it's intimidating. You know, you think of having your own show. It's
Well,
like
you're shy.
I wanted to.
You're
it's
shy
like going
guy.
skydiving. You know, there's a little bit of an adrenaline flow, especially when you
right.
get people like me coming in. Just kidding. But I said, let's just do it. So I reached out to my team. I said, I want a logo. Give me a couple ideas. Let's get a website. Let's buy joepavichpodcast.com. Let's get it on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. And
Yeah.
we just did it, you know. And
Who's been your favorite guest
you.
besides me?
You.
Seriously though, if
Well,
you had to do
Great
top
podcast,
three,
by the way. Great podcast,
Man.
y'all did.
Good
mean-
question. Every one of them has a good story.
no, I
right?
get it, but
You
there's
know?
some like after we did
Major League
He's not
Baseball
letting out.
player.
after
No,
we
no.
did after we
Yeah.
did
He was a guy, the Major League Baseball player you just had on not that long ago.
because like we just did Crystal Fogelsong. I was like, wow, that's one of my top three favorite.
Yeah.
You just some just are like, wow,
she's a
spot-
knockout, by the way. You friends with her?
Great.
No, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
wow,
I'd
y'all
like
need to
be.
connect. Her
Krista,
energy is
what's up?
unbelievable.
You know, I
Yeah,
Hey,
it's-
kids, we'll make a recommendation. Get her on your
her
show.
on
Yeah.
the pod.
No,
Yeah,
I mean it. Yeah, she's
because
phenomenal.
you got you had Doc McGee, Motley
Doc
Crue,
McGee
Bon
was cool.
Jovi
Yeah,
manager.
He was asking about you. He said, you know,
Yeah, of course.
podcast.
Yeah. You have that Tito Ortiz.
Tito Ortiz, yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Anyone just stick out that was like, wow, that was really insightful.
Who got him Tito Ortiz? Did Pat Jira help you out with that a little bit or no?
I think you guys got me hooked up with
Got a
that.
little,
Pat
a
did.
little
I think
assist,
Pat
yeah.
did, yeah.
No,
Shout out to
Yeah.
Tito, by the way. He's
we could
recovering.
give- yeah.
Just had
Yeah, we
surgery,
just-
man. God bless you, Tito, man. We're rooting for you.
Mhm.
Love that guy. Man, you know that accident he went through and sharing our show was tough because you heard Tito Ortiz, one of the toughest guys on planet Earth. Man, that guy, and I just saw him post yesterday coming out of surgery. I mean, he's hurting, man. So
Yeah,
keep Tito Ortiz in
Yeah.
your prayers. Just a great guy up there in Cape Coral. Him and his wife Amber
Yeah.
doing great stuff. But that was a great show. You had him on your
you,
show
yeah.
too, yeah.
Well, here's the thing with podcasting, right? So, like, if I look back at episode 1, 2, a little nervous. You're trying to
course.
focus on the questions. You're not going back
Microphones
and
don't
forth.
work. AC wasn't on.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, that was
so-
us. That was us.
Yeah.
So, you
Just
know,
the
obviously,
thermostat was in a different
Yeah,
room.
now we got painting. Now we're a work zone. Yeah.
you do a show
A lot
and
of
it didn't
moving parts.
record, and the file got messed up. And it
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
record.
Oh, yeah.
But then after like season 10 or episode 10,
Season 10.
you become
We're on
like-
season 10 the way we're
Wow.
You
moving.
become a
Who are
little
you?
bit better and more
Seinfeld?
natural.
Wow. Season 10.
Yeah, you
He's going to be in
become more natural.
syndication soon. Yeah.
Man.
And then
Like
here's
that.
what happens though, right? You get to like episode 20, right? And then all of a sudden you're becoming a little bit better. But then there's a couple week break
Lull.
between.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of back to like where you were like maybe episode 8. So it's just a comfort level.
Or you get a guest that's just doesn't really wow the audience.
Yeah.
I mean,
That-
we're
that
experiencing
happens.
that right now. So hopefully we'll get through this.
We'll try to.
I know.
muster
We'll get through this and we'll
We'll edit
you know what
some
though?
out.
But you know, we'll
Yeah.
never give up.
AI.
We'll never give up. We'll never surrender.
AI.
We'll never stop. We'll
But you know, you got
survive
the
a Joe
ultimate-
Pavich interview.
So me and Pat
we'll
were
survive
at
it.
Naples.
We're bigger than that.
We're at Naples Group last week, and Pat's on his phone, and not that Pat because Pat does
Take it
support
easy.
so many people, and likes to see other people win. But he was actually scrolling. He's like, man, Joe Pavich does a really good job with his social media.
1,000%.
Thanks.
No, but I get props all the time, man.
And talk about having to be relevant on social media, what it means to your business, real estate business.
It's huge,
Yeah.
and it takes a long, long time. It's like your first video you do and you get 10 views. You're like, oh shit. And then you know, like my competition, sometimes they'll say like,
Love 10
my
views.
agent did a video too. So, it's all about views, engagement, audience. After a month or so, you're only getting 50 views. And then after maybe a year, you're getting 150 to 200.
Joe
So
Pavich has never
easy.
gotten 50
consistency-
views.
No,
but
it's consistency.
yeah,
Thanks to
absolutely.
guys like Robert Burke, man. I love this
Shout
guy
out
right here,
Robert
man.
Burke,
Robert. I mean, this is the first time I met him today, but I feel like I know him. He compliments on my video. He's always tagging, liking. I love this guy, man. I feel like I know him.
Ultimate fan.
I feel like I know him.
He told me off screen. He's like, I got to be here for the Joe Pavich Pat show. So I love our live studio audience, man. We got guys in our audience right now that have been on more TV shows and actually produced shows. Shout out again to future guest of ours, Chuck Artizone and ITZ.
Chuck, man.
I didn't know he did your commercials back in the back. So
And Mike Colombo for
Mike.
county judge.
Wow, there
love
you go.
Mike Colombo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Mike.
Let
me tell you something about Mike Colombo. Do you know the percentage of the time the feds win? What was it? What 96, 97%?
I didn't think the U.S. government ever lost.
Mike Colombo's beaten the feds twice or three times. Twice in 6 months.
Wow.
Listen, man, all I care about is, and we can get off on a tangent here. I'm wearing the wrist bracelet right now, free Pat Jira. All of us that came together, the guy next to me, Joe Pavich, I know Mr. Colombo, everybody in this room, and a lot of people out there, including our host of this studio, Lauren Maxwell, Dan Kowal. The list goes on and on and on. You really see who your real friends are. And I hate the fact that he had to be in Alcatraz to find out who his real friends were, wrongfully incarcerated. But by the grace of God, man, I'm thankful, and we give thanks all the time. But let's not be remiss, dude, that we were all I love this room being full of Pat Jira fans, and we're still your fans.
There's four of the strongest people that stood by me in
Everybody's
going
to be your fan when you're running a top-notch podcast show. But, man, when you're under the gun, that's when you see who your real friends are.
Joe Pavich always took my calls. He always took my calls. Yeah.
We talked all the time, man. So it brought a lot of us together, actually, for you. And we're just proud to have you out here, man. I'm so honored to be doing this podcast show with you. I mean that. Right. And I'm going to let it slide that you and Joe did a great podcast show together and I wasn't invited. So it ain't going to be easy. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm tender,
I think,
but I'm going to move on from it.
He got me back because, I mean, I'm on season 2, episode, 18
well,
right now. So,
well, we haven't aired it yet. We may not air this until 2027.
Can I say this? Joe calls me last week, and I won't say who the guest was. But he's like, you had this on me before me.
Before your boy? You kidding me?
Well, in fairness.
I'm sorry, man. Gary Breckett, the ultimate human, bumped you.
Yeah.
Come down there and interrupt the show.
But here, you're following Gary Brecka, though, so it all works out.
That's true.
That's pretty big.
Shout out, by the way, to the ultimate human, Gary Brecka.
Your best friend of 35 years.
Thankful to have that guy on our show, man. That's going to be a big one.
That was a big one you pulled off, Pat.
I say we drop Joe's. We're after Gary. That way it's... Hey, getting back to those, I want to get back to y'all were talking about views on media posts, man. So have you ever had a post or a video go over 1 million views?
No.
Okay.
Just
I would like one day. I would love one day to, man, imagine. I mean, I have a goal. It's just a dream, really, a pipe dream. I'd love to have a video go to 1 million plus views.
Yeah.
Here we go.
One day, maybe.
I've had almost 400,000 on one video.
400,000, pretty awesome.
But here's the thing, though, with videos, right? It's like if you did a funny video and it got 1 million or 10 million views, whatever it is.
20 million, just to say.
If it's not
arbitrary
relative
number
to your business, it doesn't really matter, right?
The views aren't,
if I did a video of me launching a missile to, and I got 10 million views, that's not what I do for a career.
Yeah.
Right? But if I could do a video and talk about people want to sell their homes, if they want to sell their homes, call me, blah, blah, blah. That's relative to my business.
1,000%.
I want that engagement for me is more important.
You'd rather have the
10,000 views than
1,000
views.
That's
coming
from Saudi Arabia.
That's a great comment. How about, just hypothetically, let's say you did a commercial or a video about you're a realtor setting up for an open house, and you get robbed at gunpoint. Let's just walk me through this. Is just thinking out loud, spitballing, and you get robbed at gunpoint, getting ready to do an open house, and you end up talking. You're so good, you end up talking to the guy into buying the house. I mean, you think something like that would play pretty good?
It probably would, yeah. And I feel like I recently
asking for a friend.
How many views do you think a video like that would get?
It should have broke the internet because that was.
It did for a couple of days. I think
that was great.
Shout out to Blake Doyle and Blake Becker and Conservative Ant-Man. I've done 2 collabs with them, and we got another one that's coming. An idea that's percolating. I shared this morning in confidence with my boy Ricky Haas and Zach Franklin. So
I already posted it.
It's going to be good, man. So again, look, it was a goof. I cannot believe it went viral like that. I never knew what the term meant, go viral. I'm telling random people. My wife and I are walking greenways. We walk it every Sunday morning with our weighted vests. We walk about 4 miles from the Baker Park all the way down past the zoo and back. And this random guy's walking by us, and he just walks by and he goes, "Man, so glad you weren't that you're okay, and that guy didn't shoot you." And he fist pumps me, and then my wife goes, "Do you know that guy?" I go, "I got no idea who that guy was."
How cool is that?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I've gotten some people that say, "Hey, you've now shown me that you think outside the box. I want to hire you as my realtor."
Nice.
But you know what though? I'm a podcaster now, so I just gave them your number,
Yeah,
so they'll be calling.
Hey,
they're looking to like lease or trade a mobile home, so I'll make sure I give them your number.
How much, Pat? In all
we work with
You'll take them all?
all
Okay,
listings, yeah.
guys.
What's
MobileTrailers.com. Check out
what's
Joe
the
Pavich.
lowest amount you've ever sold for?
I recently sold one for about 150.
Where's that in like
Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, really?
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, though, when I sold that for 150, the seller of that property was happier than a seller that would have sold a $10 million home. This guy was squeezed. He needed the money. We made him a lot of money on it quickly.
And by the way, and just tell the truth. It was a cardboard box
Yeah, well,
for $175,000. Yeah,
that just speaks volumes of Joe Pavich. You could get 150 grand
Can
for
I
a
answer
cardboard
that?
box.
Can I answer that question?
That's your show.
And I know Joe goes way back. I got 20 plus years. Joe, I think you've been doing this now 40 years in the business. Started when you were 10 years old. So I was doing, when I first got in the business, this is dead serious true. I was a VIP before I went to John R. Wood, and I would take I'm walking around the office. Anybody have anything I can help? Something crumbs falling off the table. Lots in Lehigh Acres.
Yeah.
There were agents there that didn't want them.
Yeah.
So I was doing transactions, handwriting contracts, faxing them. So of course, 19 faxes back. I had clients that were buying them for $8,000, and we were flipping them for $16,000. And that's how I got started in real estate.
Nice.
Taking
I'll
the
do you
crumbs
one
off the
better.
table.
So I moved to Naples in like '93, and at night, like midnight, remember Pancho Rivera from Chips?
Wow.
He was selling.
Brightest teeth in America.
He had like an
almost
hour.
as bright as
Looks like
Alfio's
Pat's
teeth.
Well, it's pretty bright. Larry
Bright
Love
smile.
too. He was doing infomercials at like midnight to sell lots in Lehigh Acres. Back in like 1993.
Eric Estrada was?
Yeah.
Was that before he beat his wife and got arrested or after?
Probably after, if you're selling lots in Lehigh
I would think
on
after.
Channel 3 TV.
Wow.
Well, then he did the Villages. He did commercials for them for many, many years.
I don't even remember that. Really?
I-
They
And I
thought it
love
was
Chips,
Pat
by the
Dearborn,
way.
but they
I
thought
love
that it was
Chips.
Pat Dearborn.
You ever been to the
when they saw
Villages?
Punch. I said, look at Pat up
See,
there doing
no one
commercials.
wants to touch that question.
Byron Donald was just at the Villages.
Okay, it was
I heard he contracted an STD, man, but you didn't hear her on this show. Wow.
allegedly. So Joe, when did you make your way down to Southwest Florida? Because you from Southside,
Yeah,
Chicago,
1989.
1989, great year for wine too.
Population was 800 sterile. So
800.
Wow.
Wow.
I got my license. I mean, it was like
So you
there
came
was
here
no
before
MLS.
me. Wow.
How old were you when you got your license?
I was 3.
Not for real.
no, I was 20.
Early
22,
20s.
22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Out of college already?
25. Yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
And you
I
were.
went to Edison Community College and Santa Fe.
I went to
Community
Edison
College.
Community College, and it's now Southwest Florida.
Is Santa Fe the one outside Gainesville?
It
Where's
is,
Santa Fe?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
a big community
Yeah.
college. Yeah.
Cool.
That's back. Edison had like 2 buildings. Community college.
Matter of fact, one of the shows I have coming up is
Yep.
my college baseball coach that cut me. I'm going to
Love
get him
that.
on there to talk about why. But here's the thing, though. When you start talking with history and how things happen, if he wouldn't have cut me and maybe I went a little further, and maybe I did play professional
Sure.
baseball, maybe I would have gone somewhere.
What position you played?
Left field, center field, outfield. But, you think about that, though, right?
God has a plan for everything, bro.
I want to know what he didn't like about me, what he felt like wouldn't get me to the next level, but that'd be a good message for the kids that are trying to play baseball
1000%.
through the ranks to figure out what scouts are really looking for. Because
Michael Jordan got cut from his JV team. That's everyone knows that story. It shows all the kids, man. If the greatest of all time, the GOAT of all time, shout out to Go to Golf, got cut. And look what happened to Michael Jordan, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what if he doesn't get cut? He probably don't push himself as hard.
Right.
So,
look at me and you. It took
listen.
us 27 times each to pass our real estate test. But it don't
It's a
matter.
hard test. I heard.
I'm not going to lie. It took me more than once. That's a true story.
Same here.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
are you serious?
Yeah.
So, I want to hear your.
Look,
I want to
he's
hear
so
your
happy
story.
that
Let me. No,
I'm with you.
I'm not happy. Listen,
No,
man.
I'm just.
Hey, bring it. So I took the class, and that was back in the day when you had to actually go sit in class.
Yeah.
There was no online, and I took it for 2 weeks. And there were people that I'm still friends with. Dr. Ron was in my row in my class. Dennis Brando, who ended up becoming the broker and all that of
VIP,
VIP,
right?
and then John R. Wood, and some other people. And I remember going to the class. I missed the test. I had to pass the class test with an 80. I got a 78. Each question was worth 2 points, 50 questions. And I sat outside that classroom, and I think I was the only one in the class not to pass the test the first time. Everybody's walking by me, and some people are snickering. And here's who I am. I'm sitting outside, Joe, and I'm like, I'm going to sell more than that person. I'm going to sell more than that person. I'm going to sell more than that person. I took it again. They go, you don't have to go take the whole. I said, I'm going to take the whole class again, took the whole class again, sat in the class, took it, smoked it, and then passed the state exam the first time.
Nice.
So when you say you didn't pass a test, was it the state exam or was that the class exam?
The class exam, I did pass that, but it took me a long time to pass that real estate test.
Okay.
But I just had to take it every week. But at that time, though, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. It was a weird thing because, they make it hard enough to.
They do.
If you're not really looking to do this, you're probably not.
Those
gonna
questions
pass
are so
it.
crazy.
Yeah. So it took me a while. As a matter of fact, when I finally passed it, the girl gave me a hug behind the counter.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me she was so happy for me because
That's
I didn't
awesome.
give up.
They didn't give up.
Yeah,
That's a great thing right there. And again, we chop it up and we bust some balls. But man, I'm telling you, I love that you just said that. I think a common trait that all three of us have is never giving up and never surrendering. And I'm seeing that you're instilling that in your son and in your daughter. You have
Two boys and a girl.
2 boys and a girl. And which of the boys is most like Joe Pavich?
They all have a pretty good chunk of Joey P in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that a good thing or bad thing?
That's a good thing, man. Joey P's cool. What can I say? Pat?
Yeah.
I mean,
Jackson's Joe Pavich 3.0, I would say, right?
Yeah. They're all like me.
He's been on the podcast a couple times,
Yeah.
actually.
The cool thing about all my kids,
I love seeing
that.
him and his son. I call him. I love the video with you and your son. I love that, man. It's awesome.
They're very good with people, all of them. If you see them, they will say hi to you. If you said that
great
they knew
skill
me,
for
they will
life,
say,
man.
Great, I'm glad you know my dad. How do you know my dad? They're engaging.
That's awesome.
a positive thing.
Raising them right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And Joe Pavich's a big hip hop guy.
Yeah.
Huge
He
hip
is a
hop
big
guy.
hip
He'll
hop
call
guy,
me.
which shows Pat Jira.
And we'll talk
I
hip
saw
hop
the
for an
song-
hour.
The song you
Yeah.
dropped on his promo today, this morning, I was like, wow, I had to play a couple times.
Which one was it?
Old school.
It was Wu-Tang Cream.
Yeah, big Wu-Tang guy.
Your top five.
Cash still rules.
Always. Your top 5 hip hop songs of all time. I always do rappers with you.
I got to pay attention. to
I
this,
got to
man.
tell you though,
Let me
man,
learn something.
lately,
Yeah.
Whoa.
But all time.
All
all
time.
time, I'm gonna
Now
I
Rushmore.
gotta switch this a little bit though.
Okay.
Because I gotta say, recently I'm on this Michael Jackson kick. You guys seen a Michael Jackson?
Love that movie, man. Phenomenal.
Human Nature.
Well, okay.
One of the best
Pop,
songs of
yeah,
all time.
absolutely.
Not
But-
rap though.
But what's
but
great, I'm
Nas-
glad you said that.
But Nas sampled that.
He did,
It ain't
yeah.
hard to
So,
tell.
I'm
so,
putting that in my top 5 right
so I watched that movie. I was a Michael Jackson fan, and I watched the documentaries about he allegedly did this and that. I'm telling you, he was one of the good guys. He was a Charlie Kirk kind of a guy. He just wanted to help mankind
Right.
and help these kids. And he was on to something, and I'm telling you, they took him out. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
But go back to that movie. That album and the movie, who's played by his nephew, really goes into Thriller has to go down. There's like 10 songs. I forgot Human Nature was
There
even
was-
on there.
there
It's
was
like it's
seven
so
singles,
amazing.
I think.
right.
Everybody thinks Thriller was the Thriller. That wasn't even the theme of the
every
album.
song
Wasn't
is-
even about
every
Thriller.
song.
Every song on
Yeah.
there is so good,
You know who
man.
produced- you know who produced it?
Come on, man.
I'm asking.
Come
You?
on.
No? Quincy Jones.
Oh,
Of course, did
yeah,
all of his
okay,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah, man. Come on. Quincy got him
Yeah,
next
that's
level.
right.
And how he got out of the grip of his dad was really, really tough, man. My dad, God rest his soul, passed away almost 2 years ago, Ray Dearborn. And my dad was old school. He was tough. And watching that movie, and I'm not equating my dad to Michael Jackson's dad, but we were raised old school. And even though it was tough to see how hard he pushed those kids, I will tell you, man, one of the most things I'm thankful for was being born in the 60s, raised in the 70s and the 80s, and then living my best life 90s, 2000s through now.
Yeah.
Even my son says, man, I wish I could have been back in the 80s and 90s. The movies, the music, the way life was without cell phones.
Sure.
It was a different world,
It
Joe.
really was. Yeah.
And by the way, it's
Shopping
not your
malls.
2 sons and your daughter's
You have to
fault.
pay
It's
for
not
TV.
my son's fault. It's not my grandkids' fault that they were born. Because here's the deal. Your dad wanted you to have it easier than he had it. And I think he did a good job of that. Doesn't mean you're soft. He still raised you the way he raised you. But your dad wanted to raise his son better than he had it.
Yeah.
And your dad's dad wanted your dad to have it easier. So the problem with that is 10 generations easier than the guy before. It's not their fault. They don't do yard work. I did yard work, man. I cut grass out in 100-degree heat. I did those kind of things. You answered my phone at my house. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The Dearborn residents, Patrick speaking. How can I help you? And if you didn't do that, you got a backhand across the head. And I'm glad I was raised that way, man. I am. I didn't raise my son that way. I never raised a hand on my son one time. And we broke that cycle. And my son's a great young man, just graduated Florida State. Your kids are awesome. And I mean it. I'll message you when I see you doing the videos. I can tell, man, you're living. I told Joe offline, I'd pay $250,000 today to go back and have my son be the age of his boys, because to relive all those middle school and then high school sports, man, Friday Night Lights. I mean, it's you're coming in some great years, man. And I got to be honest, I love real estate. But brother, when I was coaching that football, when I was doing those things with my son, whether it be practice or a game, I'm sorry, but that came first before my real estate clients, man.
And Joe, like, people always say, "Oh, you don't go to any of the events and this and stuff."
Because he's with his family.
He's with his family, absolutely.
He's at the important events.
And I do.
No, you're at the important events.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Family first.
But, you talked about, like growing up in like the 80s and 90s.
The best.
You have not lived unless you got a cassette tape stuck in the tape player, right? Unless you...
The Beastie Boys, License to Ill. Beastie Boys, License to Ill.
License to Ill. Or like opening up Run DMC.
Yeah.
Hit It Run, the album, Raising
Dude,
Hell.
Raising Hell.
The smell of the cassette
Love
tape
that song, by the
paper,
way, too.
Right? Or the phone, walking across the whole house with the phone.
Or about downloading something off LimeWire.
The long cord, man. The long cord.
Yeah.
But I mean, the 80s, going to Blockbuster Video.
Blockbuster, hoping that the video's there.
It's not there,
Yeah.
right? But and it ain't rewound, and they charge you $2 and all that stuff. So I
Love
rented
those days.
No one rewinds.
So listen to this.
Be kind. Rewind.
I rented White Man Can't Jump, one of the best.
Yeah.
man.
Woody
Dad, come on,
Harrelson
baby, come
and
on.
Wesley Snipes, right?
And I had it the whole summer, like 90 days or something.
What was
like
the
that.
late fee on that?
It was a lot, but I knew the girl went to high school with her, and she said,
Rosie Perez, by the way, played his girlfriend. Next question.
I'm going to get my money.
I actually got an email from a library book my daughter didn't return from like 4 years ago.
She looked at me and she goes, Joe, I said, can I just buy it? She said, yeah, just buy the movie and we'll wait till
cheaper.
It was like $70.
The late fee was $17.50. You could buy the whole thing for $19.
That's right.
I'll buy the
just
video.
keep it. Yeah,
That's right. But man, I miss those days.
Those were the good days.
Everything's at your disposal now. It's just a little bit different.
So yeah,
Totally
and then
different.
when you're at like events and stuff, everyone's grabbing their phone. They're not in the moment.
Yeah.
You're kind of losing sight
That's
of.
right.
So
Why you
definitely,
bumming me out, man?
I've been stuck on the. There's an Instagram page, nostalgia page with the 80s and 90s AI going back. Really neat.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's pretty cool.
I've seen those videos too where they have all the nostalgic. I'm a big movie guy, right? So I'll give Joe. I'm not going to try to step at Joe when it comes to rap music for sure.
You want to do
but movies, I'll go movies all day long.
Rushmore.
And I
Let's
do
do
love
Mount
the AI.
Rushmore.
But I do love the AI.
Yeah,
they'll bring up like the
well
Breakfast
done.
Club, and they'll bring up Casino, and they'll have all the actors. Even though I gotta look at De Niro, I'm not a big De Niro fan politically, but the guy was unbelievable. But it's just I do love AI doing that stuff.
Right.
But the rest of this AI, where I see the alligators coming up and trying to attack the little babies and all that stuff. But man, Larry Love in the house. Come on, baby.
The cool thing about like the movies, right? It's not so much the movie. Like if you look at one of my favorite '80s movies, right? I'm gonna say
give it to me.
One of the best.
Give it to me.
The Goonies or Back to the Future.
Wow,
or maybe
love the
E.T. or
Goonies.
some of those. But the reason why I like them so much is it brings me back to when I was a kid eating.
Right.
Eating.
Josh Brolin in the Goonies, man. His first ever role.
What was I eating? Peanut M&Ms at the movie theater when I was 14 watching Back
And
to
those
the Future.
tickets were like
$1.50.
Now matinees are $1.50, $2, maybe prime time you pay $4 or $5.
And you wonder if kids today at one point will remember sitting in the movie theater with their parents watching a movie, eating,
I know someone in the audience who went to a movie yesterday, paid $96 and spilled popcorn all over the freaking movie theater.
Yeah.
Don't even name that person.
We're
That's
not
too
going to name the
embarrassing.
person.
Don't publicly shame them.
Huh?
Don't publicly shame them.
Yeah.
No,
What's your Mount Rushmore for movies all the time?
Movies.
He doesn't want to do the hip
A
hop.
lot of different genres of movies, but I'm going to tell you,
Your top
probably
four.
you got to go Goodfellas. That's kind of up there. Bronx Tale.
Wow, underrated movie for
Beat.
sure. Chaz Palminteri, man,
Beat.
great. Yep. De Niro.
I know someone
The
would
Count
agree
of
with-
Monte Cristo. It's about
Wow.
revenge.
Which one though?
Good story.
Great,
like 7 of
great
them.
sandwich too, by the way.
Who plays the main
Jim
guy?
Caviezel.
That's the one. All right, good call. All right, you're doing good so far.
Number 4, I'll go comedy.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah. What's Joe Pavich's favorite comedy of all time?
This might sound not one of the greatest, but Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, that's
Watch
a
it 100
classic.
times. Recite the whole
absolutely.
movie. It's just you could have it on. You could listen to it.
No,
The
for
kids
sure.
laugh.
Okay,
good.
that's your Mount Rushmore.
You know what I'm saying, Harry?
I mean,
interesting Mount Rush. That's
no
very
disrespect.
diverse.
That was eclectic. It was.
Yeah.
Look, I can't. There were some good ones. I mean, I'm a movie guy.
Yeah.
To say Bronx Tale, that's an underrated film
man.
for sure. Love that movie. And then talk about a father's love for his son. One of my favorite lines in that movie was when he tells him, "You want to tell if your girlfriend's one of the good ones?
Oh yeah.
You leave the car door
Open
unlocked
the
and she
passenger
reaches
side.
over."
That's right.
And I gotta be honest, I love that here's this Italian kid and he falls in love with a beautiful freaking girl who happened to be African American during that time, and it just delved into so many different things. But the relationship from Chaz Palminteri and Robert De Niro fighting over who was going to have the influence over that
The
kid.
chills thinking about it. Yeah, it's a good message.
But talk about chills. The greatest line, top 5 lines of all movies, when that biker gang, Hell's Angels, comes in that bar, and they ask them to leave, and they basically go pound sand, go F yourself.
Yeah.
Chaz Palminteri locks that door and goes, now you can't leave. And he goes, all the thing from their face dropped. Like he took the fight right out of them at that moment, and that was the great line.
That was impressive.
Mount Rushmore for me.
Yeah.
So you got to go Gladiator for sure.
Okay.
You got to go. I'm gonna go Shawshank Redemption, man.
All right,
That's
Andy
just a
Dufresne.
great
Okay.
redemption, never giving up, never surrendering hope movie. Comedy wise, I'm gonna go ahead and go Wedding Crashers only because I'm a big Vince Vaughn guy from way back. Wedding
Stage
Crashers
5
is
clinger.
Stage 5 clingers classic. I'm gonna tell you
You
right
have any
now,
Stage 5 clingers,
I'm gonna go real crazy and go back in the day. You know, being a military guy, one of the greatest movies ever. It's black and white. The Longest Day.
Okay.
We just had that anniversary for D-Day. John Wayne's in. Every big actor in the world at that time was in that movie.
I'll have to watch
Sean Connery, Robert Mitchum. Of course, John Wayne plays the general that leads the 82nd Airborne, which was my unit. Great movie. Young kids, go get it. The Longest Day. And then I think my 4th one to round it out.
I think that was 4.
That was 4.
I don't know what kind of math you're using.
I got 25 top Mount Rushmores, but okay.
Mine, you want them?
Yeah, what's
I would
yours?
go Casino.
Ooh.
You know, Casino's my favorite. Braveheart.
Yeah.
Braveheart,
I
great
probably
one.
have to put Godfather Part 2
Okay.
Oh, man.
on there.
One of the best movies
And then
of all
for
time.
comedy, greatest comedy of all time. I mean, that's a tough one. Dumb and Dumber is definitely up there. Friday is up there.
Wow. You're just saying that because Larry's in the audience, but that's still
I
a
had
great
to
movie.
we had to throw a black
Not gonna
movie
lie.
in there.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Yeah.
What? None. Black of the berry, sweet of the juice.
Well,
Next
you gotta
question.
make it all awkward now.
What do you mean? It's a great line. We're talking about great movie lines.
Good top, though. Good 4.
Yeah.
It's
What
older the
about
berry.
you?
It's older the berry,
Let's
sweet
do
of the
this because you're
juice.
such a big music guy. Well, we can skip the hip hop, but
No, jump into hip hop. I give respect. Let's
you
go.
Mount Rushmore.
I'm not scared
for
of you.
Music albums,
Music albums.
all time. So it could be
Top. I'll go top 3. Gotta go the Wu-Tang double album, right? Can I use that as?
you can do whatever you want. Yeah,
It's America.
Got
Some of the
Fats
free, land of the
double
brave.
CD, right?
Next question.
I go Biggie double fat.
it doesn't have to be
The,
hip hop, just in general.
Okay.
Which one you going Biggie? Which one?
That's a
Ready
tough
to Die,
one.
I go Ready to Die.
Wow. Okay.
But then I'm going to go
Great
because
album
I'm
cover.
into the Michael Jackson kick right now. I'm going the History.
Oh,
album.
wow. The History
album, Michael Jackson.
Wow. History album.
The double CD. That's what I'm going
Big
with.
double CD guy.
He's a big, big
Well, you
LP
get
guy.
2
He's
for
an
one.
You get
LP.
2
You
for
get 2
one.
for
Yeah,
one.
that's how they
LPs.
jack up the units
case
when
of-
they do
LPs.
sound
In
In
scan
case I
too.
forget a song, it's probably in there.
Wow. So that's top 3. Is
Or
it my turn
Jerky
you-
Boys
I'll
season
go
album.
last.
It's
You go.
underrated.
You go, Pat Jira.
Mount Rushmore for just albums in
Yes.
general. Wow. Well, you got to have Get Rich or Die Trying on there, obviously.
Fitty.
I would go Tupac, All Eyes on Me. Just thinking music in general, because I'd probably just go all hip hop.
You can do that. Whatever you want, buddy.
Do
It's
whatever I
America.
want, yeah. I would do probably Life After Death over Ready to Die for Biggie. And then I would actually go Nas, It Was Written over Illmatic. I think that's
Okay.
a better album.
Wow. So I'd go the Biggie album you just said for sure. Ready to
Life
Die.
After Death.
I mean, Life After Death. Sorry,
That was a double album.
And I'm going Michael Jackson Thriller. We just talked about that. Seeing that movie, I was just blown away to be reminded how many amazing songs on one album there was. And to see that story, it's a great movie. I'm glad, Joe, you saw it. Pat, you haven't seen that movie, have you?
Oh, yeah.
You got to take your daughter to see it too, man. Amazing. And my third one, I'm probably going to go, I think the greatest album cover of all time with the airplane all scrunched up. I'm going to go Beastie Boys, License to Ill.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go, I mean, just as a fourth wild card, Police Synchronicity was an unbelievable album with some great songs on there too, man.
That's a good call. There was like 5-6 good singles on that album.
Yes, sir.
Could any of you guys do the moonwalk when you saw it come out?
Back in the day, I could roller skate
the
backwards,
black
which
boots?
was key.
I'm a
little older than you, right? I'm almost 58. What are you?
51.
Yeah, you're young buck. So back in my day, roller skating rinks were where it was at. So to be able to skate backwards was the move, but then you could take the skates off and you had socks. And then the carpet where the arcade was, you get the little cheap pizza. I could moonwalk back then on that carpet with my socks.
See, they're bringing the Pizza Huts back, the original.
I saw that. It is. With a little bar and all that. Yeah.
Buffet.
Heat lamps, the E. coli heat lamps.
The checkered tablecloths.
So the skating.
The right surface.
But but to answer your question, I could do the moonwalk back in the day. Couldn't do it now. Retired.
No, sir.
No, you couldn't. Surprises me. I figured you had the cardboard box on the ground and you had the whole windmill thing and no.
Joe, I'm going to ask you
Sorry,
off the wall questions. This is a special kind of show because we're glad to have you on here, man. We got an icon on the show. First kiss, how old were you? Where was it? And what was his name?
Nice. I was actually, I want to say 7th grade summer, maybe 8th grade.
Oh, late start.
And,
Late start.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting kiss, that's for sure.
tell
Kind
me-
of scared me a little bit.
Tell us about the girl. Older, younger?
She was a little bit older and kind of came right in, kind of came in hot, you know.
Oh, man. All right.
And kind of surprised me a little bit.
All
I didn't like it at first.
All
you
right.
know?
I like the
It was
honesty.
an
Brutal
acquired.
honesty
It was
on
an
the show.
acquired thing.
I didn't know that was
you
like a burning topic you had on your head, asking Joe
mean, we're
Pavich
just-
when he had his first kiss.
We threw the script out the window, man. I mean, obviously, your shirt's untucked, so we're just letting it, we're just winging it right now. It's all
Let it
good.
all hang out. Any
Um,
other personal questions? You'd
no,
like to
but I
ask
mean,
Joe?
so we
This
and
is your
listen.
chance
We,
right
we,
now.
we asked our guests. I'm going to ask the question too. So my first kiss was my
somehow I think this was Pat wanted to.
No,
get
I'm
this
just talking
out.
about it. You know, that's a great story.
Go
I'm not going to tell
Yeah,
you. No,
yeah,
forget
yeah.
about it. No, forget
No,
about it.
I want to know. Go
No,
ahead.
they got to buy the DVD now and get the bonus edition.
I want to know what Pat Dearborn had his first kiss.
So it was my babysitter, man, Janice Spiro, and I was 6th or 7th grade, and she was like 18. And she smoked cigarettes. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. She tasted like Marlboro Reds. At the time, I thought that was kind of like weird and awkward, but kind of cool. So yeah, man, I was 7th grade and got kissed, and a little bit beyond that by my babysitter, man. And we're still here today. We're a babysitter survivor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
No, I was actually loved, and I was stroked and loved and just cherished, man. That's the difference. Yeah, you dropping the N word out there, man. The live audience. We got to edit that out a little bit,
Ricky.
man.
I don't want to get flagged.
Walking here packing. Edit that out. Next question.
What
How
else
about you? So Pat, you got to.
My first kiss, Friday night at Aqua.
What,
Flew over your head.
what age?
That's-
Yeah.
You meant just recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5th grade.
Okay.
Wow. 5th
Laley
grade.
Elementary.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
Teacher or was it a fellow student?
It was a fellow student. I didn't.
I'm just
I
asking a
didn't have the
question.
older-
We're all
I
don't
know,
make it all
like,
weird.
not-
every day on the
Well,
news.
you're
There's some
making it
teacher
weird,
going
older
out with a
people.
16-year-old
Yeah,
kid. I mean, it's
no, for
America.
the teachers.
Okay.
No, fellow student.
All right, man. Where'd you go to elementary school?
Laley. Well, I went part of the year. I grew up in Connecticut, part of the
Yep.
year, 5th grade, Laley, and then East Naples Middle School
And then Laley High.
and Laley High.
You graduated what year, Laley High?
2000.
When did you graduate, Joe? And where were you at in high school?
Estero.
Estero
Estero High School. That's right.
How many students in that class
Oh,
in
man.
93?
100
36?
Not even 100.
Not
Probably.
even 100. Wow. Now they're-
Estero High School.
It's a full lobby at FSW. I mean, it's hundreds. Actually, I'll tell you, there's like 340 because I asked my 11-year-old, I said, how many students are there? And he says, I don't know. I said, buddy, there's 14 seats wide, okay, and it's 15 deep,
Yeah.
okay? It's 15
They
deep.
don't do math like that,
14,
man.
140, 15, that's 210 times
You're
2.
asking too much, yeah.
I go, 410. He goes, oh, yeah, Dad, 410.
They got Chat
10
GPT
students
that.
now.
They chat.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah,
But I told them, but no, he don't want chat. My kids don't want that. They want to figure it out.
Okay, good,
14.
good.
Hold on,
Keep 'em
Dad.
doing
Don't
that.
tell
Keep
me.
'em
Don't
doing
tell
that.
me.
That's awesome. Keep them doing that, by the way.
You want to do some rapid fire questions? You got anything
By
else
the,
you
by
want
the
to
way,
touch
by
on?
the way, yeah, 1986, South River High School, right outside Napa, between Annapolis and Baltimore and D.C. 86.
86.
Go Seahawks. Yes, sir.
And then FSU.
Then the FSU.
The FSU.
The FSU
With Gary Brecka.
with
I like
Gary
these
Brecker.
glasses on Pat. Though.
Thank you, buddy. You want to try them on real
Let me
quick?
try
Let's
'em.
say look on
Let me try 'em.
TV.
All right, dream car.
Wow, look at that.
Man,
Whoa,
look at this.
come
You look
on.
official. You look like you should be in Goodfellas
Yeah.
now.
He does
Kinda
look
keeps
like
his-
that.
He got a little bit of an auburn.
He looks like
a
Sayer
little-
Rothstein. Wow. There's too many
Best
blue.
Vegas
look at your
sports
muffin.
Might be
My
too
muffin has
almost-
more blueberries than your muffin
almost
does.
too
You look like you should be living in
It's almost
Boca
too much.
Raton,
Looking good.
gambling on horses.
Well, he's selling
I feel
real
like
estate now in
Kologi
Boca
now with
Raton.
these glasses on.
No, Boca. Yeah, he's selling real estate in Boca Grande.
Kologi now. You know what I mean?
Favorite? What's
Wow.
your favorite car? Because you've. Can I don't know if I'll edit it
yeah,
out if
go
I
ahead,
can't
go ahead.
say
Yeah,
it. But
that's
you've
fine.
owned a Ferrari. Now you own a Lamborghini. Favorite car?
Did a
that
Lambo. You know,
yeah,
gotta
Lambo.
go Lambo. Yeah.
It's nice.
Technica.
Pat, it's nice having rich clients on.
It's-
Yes.
yeah.
It's nice.
What's the first job you ever had?
I worked at Walgreens.
Okay, like a cashier.
Yes, I was a cashier. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you a kind of cool story.
I want to hear this. Yeah.
All right, so my uncle worked at Walgreens. He had been there for like 10 years. So all of a sudden, there's like a few stores. Bonita had just opened one and one in Naples. So the girlfriend I was dating, okay, she broke up with this guy. He's a little bit older than me. He worked at Walgreens. He was a manager, okay? So I went in the store, and he kind of grabbed me, and we got in a fight in the back room of Walgreens while I worked there, but it was at a different store.
How old?
I was a junior in high school. He was like a junior in college.
Okay.
Wow.
And I say we kind of were about even.
So
We knocked the whole thing of Pepsi's
just-
over.
just tore the
Back
store.
in the
I
back
heard Joe
room.
Pavich has hands. I've heard that from a couple
Listen,
people. Like
they made a movie about him and it starred Ray Allen.
Patrick
was in it.
Swayze.
No, it's called He Got Game.
He Got
Denzel
Game.
Washington,
Yeah.
Ray Allen, Spike Lee joint. Just check it out.
Underrated movie.
Yeah.
Just
But I
shows-
got small hands. What movie is that
40
from?
Acres and a Mule.
What movie is that from? But I got small hands.
That I don't know.
The Raging Bull.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love that.
What's your
movie,
top
man.
three
Joe
favorite
Pesci.
restaurants, Southwest Florida?
Restaurants, I'm going Buffalo Chips.
Wow.
If you haven't had good,
Biggest wings in America.
listen.
That's wings, the
I
garlic
want to throw
wings.
shorts on, a T-shirt, go in and listen to music, play pool. You know.
Time out. Joe Pavich wears shorts and a
Dude,
T-shirt.
that's what I'm.
And you can rent the rooms out for an hour at a time
Yeah.
there next door. Allegedly, not that I
Wow.
would know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Only if you're
going-
from Estero, though.
Yeah, well,
Buffalo
Lehigh.
Chips, Rusty's. I like that place. These are just wing spots, though.
Okay.
And if I want to
Rusty's,
go like a nice
wow.
night
Yeah,
out,
go nice night out.
maybe
Wow.
the Continental. Maybe
Wow.
downtown.
Okay.
Because I like the bone-in fillet. That's a good. It's
Good
hard to
choice,
get.
yeah.
That's
steak
what
right there.
that's what she said.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
so,
go ahead.
So you're Estero High. You live up there, and that commute. I mean, obviously you're coming to CSN. I'm just curious, why CSN? And have your kids been there from day one?
From sixth grade on. So, good question. You know, I feel like we want to find a good school for him. He was the first one going to high school, so we want to see if he really liked it. If he wasn't, we were going to pull him out.
Yeah.
And if he loved it, we were going to maybe keep the other two.
Yeah.
Right behind him. So yeah,
Worked
great
out.
school. Great school. He plays baseball there.
Yeah.
You know.
Does he play? He plays for the varsity team, right? As a freshman.
Freshman, he did play varsity as a freshman.
Awesome.
And then he broke his hand.
Okay.
So then he played JV for pretty much all of his sophomore year. And
Okay.
we'll see what happens this year.
I think CSN played and lost in the district championship this year.
He did.
Yeah. Who they lose to? Oh, First Baptist Academy. That's right.
Oh,
Won their
yeah.
first
Big-
ever.
yeah,
By the
yeah,
way, all
big-
joking aside, they won their first ever district championship in baseball. Never been known as a
Yes.
baseball school, and that program's up and
Yeah,
coming.
they-
I gotta give a shout out to FBA. I got to coach there, and they, like I said, but their big rivalries
We got
always
Mark
with
Huss
CSN,
coming
man.
on the
So
podcast, right?
it's going to be pretty interesting this year in a variety of sports. Your son does not play football, but baseball they normally dominate. Lacrosse they dominate. It's going to be interesting to see how football plays out
Yeah.
this year for sure. They got some great coaches, great school.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now, Joe?
5 years. Let's see. Joey will be 21. Jake will be 16. Jules will be 19.
Do they are they looking at? Do you think they're going to go out of state for school, stay in state, local?
Come on, bright futures.
Tough to say. We're going to see where it goes.
Yeah.
But 5 years from now, man, Dearborn Pavich real estate.
Whoa.
You know, we got dominate the world. You know what I mean?
Be
I like
William
Pavich
Ray.
be a heck of
Dearborn.
a ticket.
Pavich Dearborn.
Would be on top.
Pavich Dearborn and Sons. Sounds like a
Dearborn.
construction company.
Like
I
a
like
In
it.
5 years, that's probably I will probably just keep growing. I mean, I try to grow a little bit every year and kind of do more and just stuff and just be more visible and just maybe a little bit more selective and just do what I do. You know?
And you've been
Doing a
doing.
great
You
job.
guys have been not even trying to be funny, but you guys have been doing open houses. And is it fair to say that up until recently, you guys probably didn't even have to do them after during COVID? Before, obviously, you guys put your time in.
No, always. I mean,
Always,
listen,
like,
open
even-
houses it's part of the deal, brother.
No, I know,
open
but like
houses,
right after the COVID boom, probably
I did more open houses during COVID.
yeah.
Maskless.
Yeah, because you were selling them that day. But the open houses, though, if you have a listing, you have to show your seller that you're
got
there
to.
for them. You're willing to grind it out with them, right?
Dog-
no
dog-
showings
dog-
for a
dog-
month.
You were
Dog and
cooking
pony show.
pasta
Bro.
at one of the open houses.
Joe was?
He was cooking pasta.
Listen,
Absolutely.
if you have a listing,
How come we never get invited to one of Joe Pavich's open houses? I mean, we do a pretty big
I
open house
Yeah.
event. Matty Jolly live performance,
Podcasts.
charcuterie boards. I mean, we try to step it up.
Yeah.
if you have a listing, Pat, and it ain't getting any showings for a month or two,
Yep.
you know what's coming, Pat. You know what's coming.
Don't
Open
even-
house. Got to do something
I got
creative. You
PTSD
gotta-
from all that, man.
Let me ask you a question. How many listings do you have right now, Joe?
57.
How many do you have, Pat?
Less than 15.
Okay. I'm just curious.
I couldn't
Everybody's
even.
got a different
Yeah,
process.
yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
No,
they may
right,
have
listen.
150
Right, no,
You
buyers.
can't do to
Everybody-
do big
every-
numbers. You got to carry those, and I've carried those listed. I don't have them right now,
Yeah.
man. So, kudos to you, man. That's a lot to manage. Obviously, shout
You got
out
a
to your
team.
team.
Yeah.
We couldn't do without our team. I know you got a great team with you. I got a great team with me. So, but listen, hats off to you, man. You've always markets up, markets down. The great realtors grind it through, and their clients. You can see the testimonials they do. I love your marketing, man. Whether it's social media
That's
with
the
your
ultimate
son.
compliment because you do a great job with yours, Pat.
Yeah,
so
but you and I have talked, and I don't just say this because, again, he and I will go at it just for fun.
yeah.
But you pick on those that you love. I love Joe Pavich. He's a guy that, like I said, I love to do a deal with him one of these days soon, man. He's a professional. And Joe, we pick on you, man. We pick each other, but much respect. And I'm so thankful to have you on the show.
Yeah.
And I know you and I both are super happy to have that guy sitting
Oh,
next to us
man.
right now, man. So,
Love this guy
yeah,
right here,
love
man.
Pat Jiver, man.
Love you guys. Huge
The
honor
theme I'm
having you
taking away from
finally.
this between three of us
Yeah,
is
yeah,
you
yeah.
never give up. You never surrender, period. And I love that theme, man. So keep it at it, buddy. Keep
Yeah.
at it.
So until next time.
Next question.